I only killed once. That's what I tell myself. One time, one person. And honestly, the world's probably better off without him. You want to know the story? Everyone does, once they find out. They lean in, eyes wide, like I'm about to confess something from a movie. But this isn't a movie. There's no music, no dramatic lighting, just me, sitting here, telling you what happened. His name was Marcus Webb, 47 years old, divorced, no kids, thank God. He lived 2 floors below me in this crappy apartment building on the east side. You know the type. Flickering hallway lights, walls so thin you can hear your neighbor's entire life through them. I heard his life for 3 years. I heard him scream at his girlfriend. I heard things break. I heard her cry, beg, apologize for things that weren't her fault. I heard doors slam at 3 a.m. I heard silence that was somehow worse than the screaming. I called the cops twice. They showed up, knocked on his door, talked to him for 5 minutes, and left. Both times, I heard him laugh after they were gone. That laugh? It wasn't human. It was the sound of someone who knew he was untouchable. The third time I called, they didn't even come. So, here's where it gets complicated. One night, this was about 8 months ago, I heard something different. Not yelling. Thuds. Heavy ones. Then nothing. Just silence that made my skin crawl. I waited 15 minutes. Then I went downstairs. His door was cracked open. I pushed it with my foot. I watch enough TV to know about fingerprints. And I saw her. The girlfriend. Sarah, I think her name was? She was on the floor, not moving, blood coming from somewhere I couldn't see. And Marcus was standing over her, breathing hard, holding a whiskey bottle. He looked at me. I looked at him. You know what he said? He said, "Mind your own business." Like I'd stumbled onto him doing his taxes or something. I should have called 911 right there. I know that. But I didn't. I turned around, went back upstairs, and I sat on my couch for about an hour, just staring at the wall. Sarah survived. Broken ribs, concussion, fractured eye socket. I heard the ambulance, saw them take her out on a stretcher. Marcus told the paramedics she fell down the stairs drunk. They believed him. Or they pretended to. Same difference, really. She never came back to the building after that. Smart woman. But here's the thing. 2 months later, I saw Marcus at a bar downtown. He was with another woman, younger, laughing at something he said, touching his arm. And I watched him, and I saw the whole cycle starting over. The charm, the attention, the way he refilled her drink before she even asked. I knew exactly where this was going. So, I followed him home that night. He was drunk, real drunk, stumbling on the sidewalk. There's this stretch between the bar and our building where there's no cameras, just empty street, broken street lights, chain link fence along the old rail yard. He didn't even notice me behind him until I was right there. I didn't plan it. I want you to understand that. I didn't wake up that morning thinking, today's the day I become a killer. But when I saw him there, swaying, vulnerable for once in his miserable life, something just clicked. I hit him. Once in the back of the head with a piece of rebar I found on the ground. He went down hard. I stood there, looking at him, and I thought, this is it. Call 911. Say it was self-defense. Say anything. But then I thought about Sarah, about that new woman at the bar, about all the women who'd come after her, about the cops who didn't care, about a system that let Marcus Webb walk free over and over again. So, I hit him again. And again. until I was sure. I dragged him into the rail yard, pushed him into this gap between two old boxcars, covered him with trash and rusted metal, walked home, took a shower, burned my clothes in the building's incinerator. They found him 3 weeks later. Cops came around asking questions. Did anyone see him that night? Did anyone hear anything? Did anyone have problems with him? I told them no. No, and no. They wrote it down and never came back. Case went cold within a month. I only killed once. One person, one monster, and I sleep fine at night. Better than fine, actually. I haven't heard screaming through my floor in 8 months. No thuds, no crying, no sirens. The new tenant below me is a college student who plays guitar. She's terrible, but I don't mind. So here's what I need you to understand. I'm not a murderer. Not really. Murderers kill innocent people. They kill for fun, for money, for sick reasons. I eliminated a problem. I did what the system couldn't or wouldn't do. Does that make me a bad person? I've been thinking about that a lot lately, because there's something I haven't told you yet. Something that keeps me up sometimes just a little. 2 days before I killed Marcus, I saw him helping an old woman carry her groceries up the stairs. He was patient with her, gentle even. Made her laugh. She called him a sweet young man. And last week, I was going through some of his mail that got mixed up with mine. Yeah, they still delivered to his apartment sometimes. And there was a card from his sister, talking about how proud their mom would have been on him for getting sober, for going to therapy, for really turning things around. The postmark was from 3 weeks before he died. So maybe he was getting better. Maybe that woman at the bar was just a woman at the bar. Maybe I didn't save anyone. Maybe I just killed a man who was trying, finally, to be better. Or maybe his sister was delusional. Maybe the therapy was bullshit. Maybe he would have hurt someone else eventually, and I stopped it before it happened. I don't know. But I only killed once. That's what matters, right?